Okay, so today we're going to kind of do another one of those design with me's, except today is going to be a little different. Instead of going through the entire design process, we actually had one of our intern designers, my sister, take a crack at a couple of different concepts, and today you're just going to kind of follow along with me as I clean it up and kind of show us all a little bit of behind the scenes of what it looks like to kind of present something to a client, at least on the back end of things. So the website we are taking a look at today is this one. Hopefully by the time we have this all going and live to the public, we're just kind of in the middle of a revamp. A couple of the key components that we want to make sure we do. We want to clean things up. It's a little overwhelming, especially here on the hero section. We're just going to kind of tidy up the brand identity. This is Railway, which is one of my least favorite fonts on the internet. Just for some reason, I don't know why. Just a personal preference, I guess. We'll leave it at that. Not to offend anybody who uses Railway, but I think there are better free alternatives. So that's what we're going to do. So like I mentioned earlier, we had Caroline kind of take a crack at a couple different concepts, and we're going to tidy them up here. So one of the main things we want to do is just kind of scroll through the website to see if we can find some interesting things about it, and this being one of them. So I'm going to see if I can open this image in a new tab. Okay, I'm going to save that image to downloads here. I'm also going to move me in the corner so I can start to work a little better. All right, so this is the internal kind of kit, same as last time. So these are a couple of different concepts that Caroline threw together. Mostly we are selecting the fonts. We're going to keep the same logo, keep the same brand coloring, all that fun stuff. So she just kind of selected a couple of these layouts like I did in the last video. If you haven't seen that, that's a whole hour long where I go through the entire setup process and kind of divulge all of my thinking, or at least some of it. So this is going to be a little bit shorter. So I like all of them. I think she did a great job. Poppins is just a little overdone for me, and we've used it a lot in past projects, and I just gonna avoid it, although it does fit. So the brief that I gave her, for what it's worth, is keeping an eye on the logo, because we're keeping it. It's a nice clean logo, wavy, airy, all that good stuff. Definitely fits the name Benefit Air. But I thought the font was good to try to match as best we can. So this is the boldness we really like of Poppins. Like I said, I think she did a great job. It's just I don't feel like it's the right one. Layout wise, I also quite like the way that we have the buttons oriented here. Quick, like I like the banner. That's a big thing for them. They always run some sort of promotion, usually a financing promotion, so it's important to have it there. And super important to have it below the menu bar here, like you saw on the previous version. They can just kind of get a little big here, so we want to kind of establish trust here. Best of the Valley, for instance, they usually win that, ironically. So we want to kind of keep that rolling, and just kind of see how we can establish trust while it's keeping it super, super, super clean. So let's see. So of all these fonts, I'm a fan of the Satoshi option. This one is kind of intriguing to me though. Renaud. For some reason, I just don't feel like it's a little too round, I guess. It's a little boxier. I don't know what the right word is for this. But I do like it generally. It was dang close, but I think we're gonna run with Satoshi. So, for that, I'm going to put that over there just so we have a backup plan. I'm going to detach the instance per usual. And then let's see if I can bring back the interface and toss in an image here. So I'm going to throw that in there. Also going to crop it. No, not going to crop it. I'm going to... See, I do want to crop it. I just don't want to mess with cropping it. So also, they do have a lot of things going on here, and I like what Caroline did where she compiled the services into residential and commercial, and then threw the specials in there as well. So the specials being under the services, I think, is actually kind of nice, especially since it'll be a subliminal, subconscious, kind of, oh hey, if they're looking for service, sometimes in Arizona here, especially, the service is not, it's immediate. So I like that it's kind of under here, and usually you just kind of want to get after it. So what I'm gonna do mostly, this is the first part here, I'm gonna bump up this H1. So I'm gonna go in here, doing this a little differently than last time. I like the black here, and I'm also gonna bump it up to 70. It's kind of big, but that's the point. For medium, yep, there we go. So it's just slightly more bold, just kind of the point. I'm also gonna open up Photoshop here. And I'm gonna remove that background on the image with the daughter on the shoulders there. So what we're gonna do is we're going to, there's faster ways to do this, I am well aware. Hey, so it's me, this is future Alec talking. I spent, minutes trying to toy around with removing a background. Don't bother. Just use something good like remove.bg and save yourself. So anyway, back to it. Boop, boop. All right, back to Figma. So we're just gonna replace this. Boom. Okay. I'm also gonna try to mess with this a little bit. I want this to be extraordinarily large, just because I do. All right. Also, pro tip: always view it in preview mode. Okay, so it might be a little too big here. It's a bit too screen, bit width. All right. I think it's fit width is what we want. Actual size. All right, so it's a little big. It's a little tall. The whole section's a little tall. So we're gonna kind of scooch that whole thing down. It's gonna be a little hard to get the concept here with the drop down, so I might delete it. Yeah, we're gonna delete it just for concept's sake here. Let's see what that looks like. Alright, hero wise, it's a good move. I like it. Move this over here. Alright, let's change some buttons up here. Change a couple buttons here. So the black background, or the black outline, is not my #1 favorite thing, but that's okay. Also, don't know, traditionally speaking, alright, we want to use this blue color. Ooh. More than the red color. Red is usually bad. So I'm just gonna use the blue. We're breaking the whole style guide here, Ricky. I do apologize. And then we're gonna also, in here, we want to make sure we keep the stroke with the same color. Bam. So we're also gonna go into here. Go back. Okay, so now we kind of have an interesting decision to make here. This current website has kind of softer corners, but the logo type here is pretty sharp. So I'm trying to figure out what the right balance is here, if we want to soften the buttons or not. Even by like 5. Might be kind of nice. Okay, so what do we think? Let's have this sink in for a moment. Just on the buttons alone over there, I'm leaning sharp, which is weird. I usually don't. I'm leaning sharp. I don't think a pill shape is the right idea here. Can always try it. Let's try it. There's no right or wrong answer. It's really feeling of the brand that you're going after. So like this is the full pill shape. Yeah, I don't like that. That doesn't quite match to me. Let's go back to just full blown 0. Let's see the side by side. Remember, the point of this is to be really clean and modern. Just updated generally. So off to a solid start, I think. I think we could use a yellow color on the banner. All right, let's just go back to the content for a second, because again, the whole point of this is to establish trust. So they've got great badges of honor, and they've won the Best of the Valley 3 years in a row, which is awesome. Something I want to, just something they'll want to highlight. Obviously, I do want to tune up the copy just a smidge, but we'll deal with that in a moment. More focus on getting the content in there. In terms of how we're going to lay out this, that was actually an interesting little accident, making it super duper big. Kind of like it. It seems very heroic. Happy family. I might do a little illustration. So this is an illustration of the founders, according to this, right? So still building on Dad's foundation. Becky Vargas, owner and daughter, right? So that's Becky. So that's something we want to kind of showcase, highlight, and I think that's really awesome and playful, and people love that. So I want to figure out a way that's cool, great, showcase that, and try to keep things nice and clean and tidy. It might be time for a little graphic design. Alright, let's focus one thing at a time. Focusing back on the content of establishing the trust here of the Best of the Valley. Best of Phoenix Magazine. Alright, so if we get this Best of the Valley 2023 logo. Alright, so we're going to try something here. 22. Whoa. New tab. Save images. 21. So we're going to now throw these all into Photoshop. That's my thought for the concept. So I want to unlock that, and I want to subject. Unlock that. I know remove.bg would work for this. I'm aware. But I'm lazy. What the? Oh. Well, I'll be darned. It is transparent. Alright, what have I been doing? Been wasting time this whole time. We want that, and then we want that, and then we want to do this. Mask. Bam. Boom. That's what I want. Okay, so for the concept here, guess I don't have to do much for that one, but it's good to kind of get the Alright, so I'm going to put this to the front, 22. Boom. So we're going to grab these. I'm going to put these on the page here. Best of the Valley winners years. What does it say? Best of the Valley winners. Years in a row. Bang. I'm gonna knock this up a smidge. also want this to be blue. We're going to try to grab that and put it there. Whoa. This one's certainly less exciting. Okay, I'm gonna grab this column here and I'm gonna put it I'm gonna try something here. You know how I just earlier was like, I don't know how I feel about I don't really feel about pills. I'm gonna try this out. Boom. I kind of dig it. It's bigger. For some reason, though, alright, so I kind of like that. Let's see how it looks in action. I like it a lot better. I think I do need to soften the button. So I'm going to soften the button a smidge. Remember, it's just a little. 5. Okay, so I'm also, that would mean I'm also going to soften these to 5. And then we're going to change that color to the blue. I know I'm breaking the beautifully designed layout here. Okay, so just the red, like I said, red's usually bad for buttons. So we're gonna add some copy, request service, and then see services. All right. Do I think we could spice it up a smidge? Maybe. Maybe. Satoshi. It is Satoshi. I like the black line on the nav bar. I like the net. I like it. Okay. I don't know yet how to make it a little more spicy, you could say. I don't know how to make it a little more interesting, so I might leave you guys with this here. But so now what I'm gonna do is I will stop this video and we're gonna export this as a concept. I'm gonna probably tune up the copy a little bit, just make it a little more visually intriguing. And then I'm gonna make a video showing the before and after and send that over to the client along with this video, just so I can kind of explain what our thoughts were and why we think this is the right choice for them going forward. get some feedback, make a few changes. If they love it, we implement it, and bada bing, Bob's your uncle. So this one's certainly less exciting than the last, but that's just kind of a quick overview of what it takes to make a website and kind of give it a facelift. So curious what you guys think. I hope so this is the same section. Let's take another peek. So if I reload the page, it's missing the call now thing and missing the podium integration, and I guess this top banner on the reputation on Google. But just look at the before and afters here. I think it's cleaner. It's definitely going to be more user-friendly on the phone. We can still establish trust in many, many, many ways. And yeah, curious to see what you guys think. All right, talk to you guys soon.